He was called the most all-around man in history, a genius painter, a bold scientist, an inventor ahead of his time. His name was Leonardo da Vinci. Born in 1452 in the small village of Vinci, Italy, Leonardo grew up during the brilliant Renaissance, a period of flourishing art, science, and humanist thought. He not only painted immortal masterpieces such as the Mona Lisa with its mysterious smile or the famous Last Supper, but also left behind thousands of notebook pages filled with anatomical drawings, astronomical studies, machine designs, and weapons. A painter, an engineer, an anatomist, a philosopher. Leonardo da Vinci, the man who is centuries ahead of his time. If you find this video interesting, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so we can notify you as soon as the newest video is released. That is also the motivation for me to create more content that you might also be interested in. In painting, he brought the technique of sfumato, softening the outlines, making the images vivid and full of emotion. In science, he dissected the human body to study every muscle fiber, every blood vessel. His drawings remain astonishingly accurate even to modern medicine. In engineering, he sketched airplanes, tanks, submarines, robots, ideas that humanity would only succeed in building hundreds of years later. Leonardo was not only an artist, he was a symbol of endless curiosity, a testament to mankind's desire to conquer knowledge. Yet, in his life, there exists a mystery that has never been solved. In 1476, Leonardo suddenly disappeared from all records. 2 years later, he returned, and seemed to possess knowledge far beyond what a man of the 15th century could know. How could a young man design airplanes, tanks, robots, in an age when all of Europe was still shrouded in the darkness of the Middle Ages? Could it be that Leonardo had found a secret doorway to step into another world? In Leonardo's notebooks, there is a strange line. I entered the darkness, trembling with fear and a longing to discover. What I saw inside will haunt me forever. Researchers believe he was describing a cave near Florence. Some believe that it was in that cave Leonardo encountered something mysterious, a passage through time. He stepped in and a flash of light appeared. That very moment carried Leonardo into an entirely different world. Imagine a man of the 15th century suddenly standing in the 20th or 21st century. In the sky, he sees giant airplanes flying like iron birds. In the city, engines roar as vehicles move without horses. Skyscrapers of glass and steel rise higher than the grandest cathedrals of Europe. Electric light banishes the night, replacing the flicker of torches. Leonardo is astonished, but instead of fear, he immediately observes and remembers. The propeller of an airplane becomes the sketch of a helicopter. An armored vehicle becomes the drawing of a tank with cannons all around. Electric lights are redrawn into diagrams of reflected illumination. There is even a sketch resembling modern pipelines for oil and water. Everything he saw was transformed into notebook pages, what later generations would call inventions ahead of their time. What is strange is that in thousands of surviving pages, Leonardo drew a helicopter with spiral rotor blades, almost identical to the mechanism of a modern helicopter, though there were no engines at the time. A drawing of an armored vehicle looking nearly like a tank. This idea only became reality more than 400 years later. A sketch of an automaton with spring-driven systems controlling the movement of arms and legs, very similar to the principle of modern robots. Anatomical diagrams of the human body so detailed that modern medicine is still amazed by their accuracy. How could a man of the 15th century imagine all these things? If it was mere imagination, why do they match the future with such astonishing precision? Or were they memories, the memories of someone who had truly witnessed our age? There is a bold hypothesis. Leonardo did not travel just once, but many times during those 2 missing years. He went, observed, returned, and drew. And those very drawings, hundreds of years later, became the inspiration for airplanes, tanks, and robots. That means Leonardo learned from the future, then planted the seeds for the future. A paradoxical time loop where past and future are bound together by his own hand. In some of his notebooks, Leonardo even wrote backwards, in mirror script, as if he was deliberately hiding something. There are passages describing blinding light, swirling sounds, almost identical to modern accounts of spatial displacement. Some symbols resemble formulas of physics that would not appear until centuries later. Was that only the metaphor of an artist? Or was it Leonardo's way of encoding his time traveling experiences to avoid being condemned as a heretic? Of course, traditional historians will say Leonardo was simply a genius with limitless imagination. But the time travel theory asks, why could he envision mechanical systems in such detail? Why did his drawings so closely resemble inventions hundreds of years later? And why were there two missing years with no explanation? That gap, combined with his strange sketches, is the piece that makes the time travel hypothesis more compelling than ever. Imagine this. If Leonardo truly traveled through time, he was not only the genius of the 15th century, he was a messenger of the future, the one who carried our knowledge back to the past to plant the seeds of the scientific revolution. That is why he left behind a legacy that humanity has yet to fully uncover. Every sketch, every note, could be a message from someone who once set foot in our world. Leonardo da Vinci disappeared for 2 years. Where did he go? What did he do? History remains silent, but his notebooks tell a different story, a story of inventions belonging to the future. Perhaps it was only an imagination beyond measure. But perhaps Leonardo truly stepped through the doorway of time, bringing back to the world its mysterious fragments. A genius? A prophet? Or a traveler through time? The answer may forever remain in the shadows. What do you believe? That Leonardo was simply a genius, or that he truly journeyed across time? Leave your thoughts, because it is our imagination that will keep the legend of Leonardo da Vinci alive forever.